everyone. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the Scoreboard. It is the first Friday of August. Yes, it is August. And you know what that means, right? Once we get to August, we throw baseball out the window. We don't care about baseball anymore because it is football season. It is officially football season. And yesterday, how many people knew that it was the start of the football season? We had the Hall of Fame game last night. Now, the challenge with that is actually sitting down and watching the entire Hall of Fame game. That is a challenge. That is not an easy task. I will say I was not able to successfully complete that task, but I did check out some of the game. It was nice to have football on again, but it's the Hall of Fame game. Now, the appeal with the Hall of Fame game is obviously celebrating the people who are inducted into the Hall of Fame for that year. So it was nice to see all those players that were inducted. I know, man, some of them are overdue. Sterling Sharp, man, he should have been in a while ago, I feel like. But congratulations to all of the Hall of Fame class. And congratulations to us, the viewers, for making it through to another football season. But it doesn't matter yet. Nothing really matters until we get to September. So we really got another month to prepare for the official beginning of the NFL season. But not only that, obviously college sports are coming up as well. High school football right around the corner. We're going to be busy here in a couple of weeks. That is for sure. So the end of the summer lull is in sight. We still have baseball going on. The MLB trade deadline was last night. We'll talk a little bit about some of those trades that happened. A lot of teams making moves. One of the more active deadlines, in my opinion, in recent memory. There was definitely some big names being thrown around. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later on in the show as well. Also, the NASCAR Cup Series. They go to Iowa this week. Last week, they were at the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and that's where we're going to begin our discussion today. NASCAR Cup Series racing from Indianapolis. Oh, boy. Once again, the Cup cars on the oval. Not a single green flag pass for the lead on the racetrack. Not one. Not one. If it wasn't on a pit stop, nobody passed the leader. It was great. That's the kind of racing I like to see, where some guy gets out in front and nobody can pass him. It's perfect. So that's where we are, I guess, with the NASCAR Cup Series and the next-gen race car. Bubba Wallace getting the win, and I don't want to hear any complaints. I don't want to hear any excuses. Bubba outdrove Kyle Larson to win this race, and he almost had it taken away from him with the yellow that came out with less than 5 laps to go for rain, just a pop-up storm. Not even a storm, just a little dusting in turn 1. Only turn 1, and that caused a brief delay, but Bubba Wallace still was able to hang on and win at the Brickyard. That puts him into the playoffs. It clinches his way into the playoffs. The other drivers that have clinched their way in so far this year below him in points, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric, and Josh Berry have all won races as well. And then you also have, obviously, Shane Van Gisbergen. So when you look at the schedule for the Cup Series, we're at Iowa this week. Then we go to Watkins Glen, Richmond, and Daytona. There are 4 races left in the regular season. In the standings right now, we have 13 different winners. That leaves 3 point spots available for drivers who have not won a race yet. Right now, it's Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, and Chris Buescher. The chances that we get 4 different winners in the final 4 races, it's very low. But honestly, I'd love to see it. We have not had a year yet in the Cup Series in this format where we had too many winners for playoff spots. We never had 17 different winners in the regular season. we are awfully close to that. We've been this close before. But you got to remember, we're going to Iowa this week. We're probably going to see somebody like Ryan Blaney really shine here. Then next week, we go road course racing again. So, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, we have to watch Shane Van Gisbergen be the number one driver in NASCAR again for a little while, because he is the road course ace, and he might be the biggest road course ace that we've ever had in the Cup Series. And then after that, man, there's Daytona's on the schedule, and it looms large, obviously. But then you have Richmond before that. I can see a new winner at Richmond. Obviously, we could see a new winner come and steal a playoff spot just like last year at Daytona. But, you know, it's probably not going to be 17 different winners. I think maybe we'll end up with 15, and we'll get one person to point their way in. And the thing about once you start seeing this many winners, when you look at the playoff picture and the 3 drivers that are still eligible to point their way in, the gap now to 17th is tremendous. Chris Buescher is the final driver in on points. The first driver out is Ryan Preece, and Ryan Preece is 42 points below the cut line. That's almost an entire race. That is an entire race. So it's really going to take a win or one of the drivers in the top, in the bottom 3 right now, 14th, 15th, 16th in points, to wreck out of a race early. You got Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher are those drivers. The first ones out so far, Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, and AJ Allmendinger, 20th, but he's 124 points out of the playoff spot. Look, when you look at the drivers who still have yet to win this year, I would assume we're going to get a Tyler Reddick win eventually. I would also venture to guess Carson Hocevar is going to find his way to victory lane by the end of the year. Now, will it be before the playoffs? I don't know. But he's had a very, very good summer stretch here where he's been competitive week in and week out. You got Kyle Busch still looking for a win this year. Ty Gibbs still looking for his first career win. Alex Bowman hasn't won yet this year. Chris Buescher still without a win. So there's a lot of good drivers that have yet to put that first win on the board. And like I said, with 4 races left, now's really the time where if you're going to win your way in, I don't want to wait till Daytona. I just don't, because Daytona is a flip of a coin. And it just so happened that last year we saw Harrison Burton beat Kyle Busch to race his way into the playoffs. But we got some other things going on in the world of NASCAR as well. So we're going to go to our first commercial break here on the show. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to talk about. We got baseball, more Cup Series to talk about. The Hall of Fame game we'll get into a little bit. Maybe even some Charlotte FC a little later on. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're back after this.
This guy knows his sports, right? There's more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg on the way on 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, it's our last really hot day for a while before a really noticeable and nice cool down on the way for the weekend. We'll call it partly cloudy, temperatures in the low to mid-90s again. We'll watch for some scattered showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon and evenings. A couple could be slow movers, and there could be some flash flooding concern in a few localized spots. Much cooler and drier with high temperatures only around 80 for the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series returns to downtown Statesville. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive 1 complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Not your grandma's braces. Today, it's 100% digital. At Clear Smile Orthodontics, your unique smile gets expert attention and 0 stock metal braces. Their advanced Light Force braces system or Invisalign will get you the best smile in the least amount of time. Book a free consultation online at clearsmilecharlotte.com.
Quality Car Care is your local Toyota specialist and a licensed NC inspection station. Plus, find a huge selection of quality pre-owned cars at QualityCarCareStatesville.com or call 704-871-2535.
Joe Berg back up to bat. We're back with more of The Scoreboard presented by the Lake Norman Harbor Hippos on WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, hey, hello, how are you? Welcome back to The Scoreboard. It's a Friday. I'm happy if you're happy. CJ, producer CJ, on the mic, on the board. How you doing today?
How's it going?
I got something for you.
You do?
This is right up your alley.
Okay.
I got a local event for you and for everyone else in the area. You ready?
Yeah.
Arrows for Armed Forces.
Okay.
You like archery?
Not particularly, but
What do
it
you
sounds
mean, no?
interesting.
What do you mean, no?
Sounds interesting, though.
It is. So I got this local event
Yeah.
coming up in August.
Yeah.
Arrows for Armed Forces. It's an archery tournament for Saving Grace canines. All the proceeds will support the mission of training service dogs for combat veterans with PTSD. So a very good cause.
Yeah, it's a great cause.
It's taking place in August 23rd. That is a Saturday. And there are awards you can win. First place gets a custom belt buckle. Now,
well, there you go.
look, I have seen some really interesting custom-made belt buckles.
Right.
And I'm not a collector. I don't get into that realm. But I know there's people out there that are probably going to hear that and say, "Really? That's awesome." There's also medals that'll be handed out for like second and third. But this is a archery tournament supporting veterans. It is to help train service dogs for veterans with PTSD. August 23rd this year. Adults 19 and up can register for $30, children $20, and veterans only $15.
There you go.
So if you guys are interested, anybody is interested, go to this website. And I'm going to read it to you a couple of times because it is a long one. Arrows for Armed Forces betterworld.org/events. Should I do that one more? I should do that one 2 more times.
You should do it 2 more times.
Arrows for Armed Forces betterworld.org. That is the website. If you're interested. Now, I'll read it again, before we get to here, because it is still a couple of weeks away.
There you go.
But we do have a nice little archery tournament supporting the veterans. So if you're interested, Arrows for Armed Forces betterworld.org/events. We were talking a lot of NASCAR in that first segment. Do you know what's going on at Bristol Motor Speedway on Saturday?
Yeah, there's like a baseball game.
It's
the Braves and the Reds, right?
There is the MLB Speedway Classic
Yeah.
Saturday at 7:15 between the Braves and the Reds.
I'm like it's a really cool idea, like that they're combining, like bringing the two sports together. I just feel like they could have brought better teams, in my opinion.
That's CJ. You were reading my mind.
Like, I feel like, yes, it's the Braves. They used to be decent.
Well, they made this schedule before the Braves started this abysmal season. And let's call it what it is. It's an abysmal season. I mean, they're the 4th worst team in baseball right now. But as far as the Reds go, 57 and 53, not completely out of the conversation when it comes to maybe competing for a wild card spot. They're 3.5 games behind the Padres right now.
Right.
So there is a little bit.
Right.
You got Ellie De La Cruz there, who's obviously going to be the star, obviously, for the Braves. We know who it is. It's Acuna.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of star power there, but I do agree that maybe taking the sure thing and making the Dodgers go play this game. I was
going to say, like, making
the Yankees go play this, the Tigers.
Like, even if it was like, it'd be cool if it was like Red Sox Yankees, like an iconic game. Like, or if it was more just like a rivalry or something.
See, I feel like it's hard to take rivalries out of that home stadium because of the atmosphere.
Right.
Like, who in Bristol is going to care about Red Sox Yankees?
Right.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When
but not today.
it was really Red Sox versus Yankees.
It's not like
Sunday night baseball.
Right.
But it's just not that anymore.
Right.
So I would have thought they would have just had Shohei Ohtani go there and said, look, Dodgers, listen, whatever you do, you got to make sure that when you get to this game, Ohtani can be on the bump.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other stories going on with baseball now, but this is going to be the one that they're going to want you to focus on because it's a good news story.
Right.
The bad news story, I think, and a lot of people think that we are heading to a lockout, that we are steaming to a 2027 lockout, full speed ahead. It's like that movie. What was the movie? Was it called Unstoppable?
Yeah.
About the train that they couldn't stop. That's what's happening right now in baseball. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the current collective bargaining agreement, which are the agreed upon rules between the players union and Major League Baseball, expires December 31st, 2026.
Yeah.
So next year, at the end of the year, it expires. There's a lot of discussion as to what the teams want, what the players want, and what the league wants. And the disconnect right now between the league and the players seems to be way too much.
Right.
Now, there was a report that Rob Manfred, and I don't know if you saw this one, CJ, that Rob Manfred went to visit the Phillies.
Oh, I saw that.
And he went to their dugout to start good faith conversations into the next CBA because we can't just wait until it expires. They got to start this process soon. And apparently, allegedly, from the reporting, Manfred brought up the possibility of a salary cap, and Bryce Harper took exception to that.
Yeah.
And cursed him out and told him to get out of my locker room in a little bit more colorful way.
Yeah.
That's a bad look for Harper.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are going to agree with Harper on that one.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you're one of the faces of the league.
Right.
You're making great money right now.
Right.
I don't feel bad for you if there's a salary cap and your salary goes down $20 million. I really don't feel bad. I'm sorry.
I feel like the salary cap will be good, but I feel like they also need to do a contract like cutoff. Like these 15-year are ridiculous.
So the NHL did that recently.
Yeah.
In their most recent CBA, which is signed, we will not have an NHL lockout.
Right.
We're getting 2 extra hockey games, so 84 games.
Yeah.
And you can no longer sign anyone past 7 years.
Yeah.
Only if they're part of your organization at time of signing.
Right.
If they're a free agent, you can only do 6 years as the max.
Right.
I don't think that's as much of a problem as deferred contracts, which we saw become a massive story with Shohei Ohtani, who's only making, while he plays, $2 million a year, which is
still more than
asinine,
right?
Absolutely ridiculous that they can just push that contract to 10 years from now. And number two, which I think is more important and what we should be focusing on instead of a salary cap, is a salary floor.
Yeah.
Because the biggest problem in baseball right now, in my opinion, is you have these owners who are not spending money.
Right.
They're just not.
Right.
And to be honest, if you want to be successful in baseball, you got to
money.
pay. You got to pay the good players. It's not like football where every year, every team has a chance, no matter what the roster construction is. Somebody could get hot. It's only a 17-game. It's not that.
Right.
It's a 162-game long season. You need the talent to be able to compete in all 162 games. Look at the Dodgers right now.
Yeah.
They've been dealing with injuries all year long.
Yeah.
All year long. But they're still 63-46. They're still one of the best teams in baseball. Why? Because they're paying for good players.
Right.
So when somebody gets hurt, they have somebody else.
They have
the team
backups.
is still great around. Like
even their minor league teams
Yeah.
are like really good.
Exactly.
Like they all have talent.
I think this is going to be a problem, and I think we're going to start to hear more about it next year when these negotiations really start to ramp up. And if I'm baseball, I'm cautioning them, look, the cap is not the problem.
Yeah.
Capping teams at spending is not the problem. Forcing teams to spend their money, that is where the real problem lies. And I think if they can come to terms on, which I don't think the players would have a problem with a salary cap floor, especially if you're playing for Oakland, which is they're not even Oakland anymore. So I don't know what they are. They're just the Athletics, like listed on MLB. They're just Athletics.
Athletics.
They should have just been the baseball team.
Yeah,
You
there you
know,
go.
like
that
Washington
like the
did.
Commanders.
Yeah, just the baseball team.
The baseball team.
But if you're the Athletics and you're a player on that team, you're probably, we need a salary floor because our owner's not paying anybody. Everybody's making low money.
Right.
I don't like what Bryce Harper did. I do like what Rob Manfred did coming in to see the players and actually start a conversation.
Extending his
reaching a hand out.
Yeah. And then
extending the olive branch.
Bryce has always been, but I feel like Bryce has always been like that. Like, even if he doesn't like something, he's either going to go about it on Twitter or he's going to go about it to the manager. He's going to go to the.
And we've seen how airing out dirty laundry with the player organizations can go.
Right.
Especially considering what happened with the NFL recently.
Right.
We're going to go to our next commercial break here. Halfway point in the show, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot to go here. Don't go anywhere. We're back after this.
Keep it right here. We'll have more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg in just a moment from 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Well, it's our last really hot day for a while before a really noticeable and nice cool down on the way for the weekend. We'll call it partly cloudy, temperatures in the low to mid-90s again. We'll watch for some scattered showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon and evenings. A couple could be slow movers, and there could be some flash flooding concern in a few localized spots. Much cooler and drier with high temperatures only around 80 for the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Hi. This is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Have you taken the Desco Challenge? The people have spoken. Desco is where the professional goes for electrical supplies.
Hi, my name is Randy. I'm a general contractor, and I always trust the products at Desco.
See for yourself at DescoInc.com.
Yeehaw for rodeo season at Harrison's, the home of work, western, and wow. Whether you compete or cheer from the stands, Harrison has the looks to help you wow the crowd. Get western classics and the latest styles from Ariat, Cinch, Rock and Roll Denim, and Wrangler. Find us in Mooresville.
How can we make your day spotless? Yes, I'm Andrea, owner of Spotless Cleaning. Of course, our technicians do the extras. It surprises people. Yes, baseboards, window frames, and of course, toilets. Not maids, trained technicians. Exactly. In Brazil, my grandparents taught me to live my life without guilt. Yes, more time means better, bigger life. Yes, with Spotless Cleaning, you live it. Plus, have a clean house. SpotlessCleaningNC.com.
Jay White here from Centralina Realty. At Centralina Realty, we believe it's all about you. If it's time to sell your home, don't go it alone. Put the team here at Centralina Realty to work for you. Go to CentralinaRealty.com and let's get started.
Discover your next great experience at Kane Center for the Arts, where art and community come alive. From stunning gallery exhibits to captivating live performances, we're here to inspire, connect, and celebrate the arts. Visit kanearts.org.
Hi, this is Joshua Dobie. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC. Hello, everyone. This is Joshua Dobie, president of North Main Financial Group. At North Main Financial Group, we move to where you need us: investment management, insurance planning, and estate strategies. No two people are the same, so we customize our planning based upon your needs. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com. That's northmainfinancial.com.
Welcome to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell from Temple Baptist Church in Statesville.
The Bible says in 1 John chapter 2, verse number 15, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." Folks, when God talks about loving the world is not just the breaking of the Ten Commandments. The world is a system, and the worldly system is orchestrated by Satan. It feeds off of our fleshly, sinful nature, and it's everything about us that wants to influence us and affect our life toward things that dishonor God. The next verse talks about the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life. These are all the things, the categories of the love of the world. But obviously, a relationship with God is a love relationship. We have to make a choice. You can love the world or you can love God, but you can't do both.
Thanks for listening to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell here on WSIC.
Home of the best talk.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Job growth fell short of expectations last month. The Labor Department reports 73,000 workers were added to payrolls in July. Economists were looking for a gain of 104,000. The nation's unemployment rate ticked up 0.1 of a percentage point to 4.2% as predicted. If you're a Target shopper, your chances of finding what you're looking for are improving, according to a Target executive. The chain's chief operating officer acknowledges that out-of-stock merchandise is one of the retailer's most stubborn problems, but he says things are improving. And Apple says it shipped out its 3 billionth iPhone. That's according to CEO Tim Cook. Apple introduced the first portable device in 2007, and by 2016, it had sold 1 billion of them, and by 2021, it had sold 2 billion iPhones. It only took 4 more years for the company to sell 3 billion. The Verge says Apple's now rumored to be working on AI devices, including AI smartwatches, AirPods, and smart glasses. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
24/7 worldwide, non-stop.
WSIC.
Local starts here.
Joe Berg back up to bat. We're back with more of The Scoreboard, presented by the Lake Norman Harbor Hippos on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back. Segment number 3 here on The Scoreboard. We've gotten into some NASCAR. We've gotten into some baseball. Now let's get to your phone calls. Phone lines are open, 844-STUDIO-4. We have our first caller on the line. Hello and welcome to The Scoreboard.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
I miss you, and I hope you can get live more frequently, and because you're an unbelievable host, and you're doing a great job like always. And I got a small list for you, not a big one, and I'd like you to give your expertise when I'm finished, if you got a couple of minutes.
All right, let's hear what you got.
Okay. You know, like I live in Jersey, so for argument's sake, Rutgers, they give scholarships to all kinds of athletes and even a lot of foreigners coming in, and, you know, they're giving them scholarships. And, you know, my kid goes to Rutgers, and I got to pay extra money for my tuition. It's a state school, and if you really think about it, I don't think it's fair that I'm paying for these athletes to come in for a free ride, but yet I got to pay for my kid. You know, and then I'm watching basketball, and you're watching the NBA, and they're talking to the player during the game, and they're interviewing him, and the guy hits a big shot or this and that, and they get away from the game because they're interviewing a player. I think it's completely nonsense. When they do that during the games, and if you saw like in the NFL when they had the kids, the draft, the kid gets drafted, and the time he gets up to receive the accolades over here to shake hands with the commissioner, 5 people stop the kid on the way up. You think that maybe they let the kid come up and then get his accolades and then come down and congratulate him after, because it extends the show like an extra hour, an hour and a half. How about when you're watching a game and the announcer says, you gotta catch that ball. You gotta. You gotta do in this world, and I don't want to have to tell everybody what we gotta do. But when these announcers say you gotta, it just gets me sick. And how about when you hit the ball into the stands in baseball, and the fan, sometimes they're just trying to reach to catch the ball because the ball is close enough that it's going to be in the stands or it's going to be on the field. Don't you think that maybe they should put the seats back that a fan can't interfere with a fly ball to be a home run? And how about this ghost runner? If the ghost runner's on second base, maybe you can help me with this one. Does a pitcher get that against his earned run average in the game? I mean, that's not fair to be a pitcher that all of a sudden there's a guy on second base and then you're going to charge him for an earned run average. That's completely ridiculous. And how about if you're watching a college softball game, the game is 7 innings long. Don't you think that these great girls, and they are fantastic to watch, they could play a game 9 innings? The 2 extra innings is not going to really bother, the outcome of, it won't bother the outcome of the game. They should just let these kids play 9 innings instead of 7. They're not 12 years old, by the way. And anyway, I just want to hear how you can tell me about any of my complaints in life, because, you're the man, Joe.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll definitely get into a couple of these things here. You brought up some good points. So definitely appreciate you calling, and always love to hear from you.
You just be good, kid, because I'm just going to start calling you big time, because that's where you're going to be one day.
I appreciate it.
Okay, Joe, good talking to you.
Absolutely. You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. First of all, the ghost runner on second. I got the rules right here. I pulled that one up. That's a quick and easy one. In Major League Baseball, a ghost runner that is placed on second base at the beginning of extra innings is not considered an earned run for the pitcher on the mound currently or the pitcher on the mound in the previous inning. That is an unearned run against the pitcher. It just goes into the run category. Does that make sense, CJ?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to me, as I feel like when I used to play baseball, like with my friends, like in another league, and like
rec league, yeah,
and stuff, we would just play around as like saying ghost runner. Like, why do we even need to do as a ghost runner? You know what I mean?
Well, that was it. Ghost runner's definitely a thing in rec baseball.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, we did it, but like, I just feel like, is there really a point to it? You know what I mean?
Over the past 5 years,
yeah,
6 years,
yeah,
baseball has been really, really, really concerned with the length of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I understand that like side of things, but I also feel like the whole pitch clock thing, like that to me is just like doesn't make sense. Like it feels like you have to rush, like, because I used to catch, so like I would communicate before the pitcher would pitch, but like now it's almost like
Well, they don't do signs anymore.
right,
They do the pitch comm system, which is just
Right.
on their wrist.
right,
So the catcher doesn't have to do anything. They just got to press a button.
right,
There's a few things. The pitch clock, I don't have as much of a problem with
Right.
it, especially after they started toying with it.
Right.
I mean, remember when it first came out, Max Scherzer figured out the loophole.
yeah,
He got onto the mound right away, right when he got the ball back, got set, and would just stand there
yeah,
until the pitch clock was over
right,
to kind of try to mess with the batter.
right,
And obviously they've adjusted it since then.
right,
But the point was so that pitchers don't get the ball back, walk around the mound a little bit,
Right.
pick up the rosin bag,
right,
put it back down, walk around a little bit more, take your hat off, fix your hair,
yeah,
rub some dirt in your hands.
right. You just
We
do
can't
it.
do that anymore.
Right,
Get on the mound, throw the ball.
Right.
Now, I do have a problem with the ghost runner.
yeah,
I do.
I do too.
And I haven't been to a Major League Baseball game that has gone to extra innings
Neither
since
have
the
I.
ghost runner rule.
Yeah,
I wonder if concessions close in extras.
I hope.
I
so.
wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah,
Because if the concessions are closed and you can't get a beer for the 10th inning,
everyone's cooked.
let's get them out of here. because
Yeah.
They're going to get mad.
Exactly.
I don't think pace of play or the length of the game was ever the problem.
Right.
What I think the problem was the death of the hit and run,
Yep.
the death of small ball, and the extreme overuse of the shift.
Yeah.
Nobody can get a hit then.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, just hit the ball the opposite way, but some people, their swing just naturally, they're going to pull the ball.
Right.
That's just the way it is.
Right.
I don't like the ghost runner rule. I'm very glad that it's not a playoff rule, because if it was a playoff rule, then we have problems, because that is just not baseball. But in the regular season, I do understand it, and I liken it to a shootout in the NHL
Yeah.
where, okay, they're going to have to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are we going to just have them play 7 periods tonight and then
Right.
go home at 2:00 in the morning and come back for a 5:30 game?
Right.
No, you don't want to do that because
No.
it's not good for player safety.
Right.
So I liken it to that.
Right.
But as far as the ghost runner, I just don't like it. But I understand it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm like, why are we doing this? This doesn't make any sense. I
Right.
get the reasoning for it. I'm just not a fan of it
Yeah.
personally.
Me neither.
But, it makes sense when a
Right.
game might actually never end. And in
Right.
baseball, the rules are so that the game hypothetically
Will end.
could it could never
Never
end.
end.
It could be like, like cricket. The game could actually never end. If somebody's just not getting outs, the game's not going to end.
Exactly.
So I understand it. I don't
Right.
like it. But that runner on second base is not an earned run for the pitcher.
Right.
Let's head to our final break of the day. When we come back, we'll wrap things up and do this day in sports history. Back after this.
7th inning stretch. We'll be back with more The Scoreboard, presented by the Lake Norman Harbor Hippos on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, it's our last really hot day for a while before a really noticeable and nice cool down on the way for the weekend. We'll call it partly cloudy, temperatures in the low to mid-90s again. We'll watch for some scattered showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon and evenings. A couple could be slow movers, and there could be some flash flooding concern in a few localized spots. Much cooler and drier with high temperatures only around 80 for the upcoming weekend. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 outdoor concert series returns to downtown Statesville. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive one complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Ready to take control of your weight with real medical support? At Renew Specialty Group, we offer semaglutide, tirzepatide, and now retatrutide with complimentary consultations, personalized plans, and real results. Visit RenewHealthWellnessNC.com. Your transformation starts here.
This summer, give your child the edge at Huntington Learning Center in Huntersville. Our K-8 summer program builds skills, confidence, and motivation. Get $600 off for 30 hours and $900 off for 45. Spots are limited. Also offering military test prep. Visit huntingtonhelps.com.
Joe Berg back up to bat. We're back with more of the Scoreboard presented by the Lake Norman Harbor Hippos on WSIC. Local starts here.
Welcome back to the Scoreboard. Happy Friday, everyone. 844-STUDIO-4 is the phone number. We are live today. If anybody wants to reach out, has any questions, anything to talk about. CJ, do you have any questions today?
Questions?
Did you come in prepared for something? Did you have a burning question on the back of your mind? No?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I do for you.
Uh-oh.
Because I haven't talked. Well, I've talked to you through text, but I haven't talked to you since the last time you did your show.
It's been a
But
while.
What are your thoughts on the Keandre Miller trade to Carolina? What are your thoughts on that? And then getting him to sign that extension.
I have no idea. Look, the Rangers organization must know something that I don't, because I was a big fan of Keandre Miller.
Yeah.
Big fan of. That is a big boy with a big reach, who was pretty decent at poke checking away from people on one-on-ones, which seems like something a defenseman should be good at.
And he signed an 8-year deal.
That's true. He signed an 8-year deal with Carolina. I think it was just a matter of the Rangers are looking to change their roster.
Right.
And for some reason, Carolina gets all the Ranger defensemen.
Yeah, because we got Brady Shea. We got him.
Yeah. Brady Shea is the obvious one.
Yeah.
But there was a stat that I saw, and I know I'm going to butcher it because I don't have it in front of me. But since the salary cap era, I think the number was like 38% of New York Rangers first round draft pick defensemen
are gone.
Have become not are gone, but were traded to Carolina specifically.
Dang.
It's a weird stat.
That's
It's a
crazy,
very
though.
weird stat because it's like, hey, we drafted this guy and
we're just
now
gonna let him go.
go play in Carolina,
Yeah.
man. Go play in Carolina. Look, I'm not big on Carolina right now.
Yeah.
I'm not. Until they address their goaltending situation, I almost feel like it's a moot point to talk about any of this.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're not going to be successful with that goaltender duo.
don't think they should have re-signed Freddie, even if it's
No.
only for a 1-year deal. I really don't
Go
think
find
they should've.
someone. Someone. Just change. A change is nice every now
I
and
mean,
then.
John Gibson was on the block. Like,
Yeah.
he's now, like...
I was calling for that one
I
for,
can't
what,
remember
3 years
can't
or
remember who
something.
he got traded to, but he's got traded.
He got traded to Detroit. Yep.
Like, he was on the block, so
He
we
was.
just didn't
And
offer
he's a
him
good
anything.
goaltender. He's just on a really bad team in Anaheim.
Yeah.
I don't know what their plan is. I guess they
Yeah.
think that Freddie Anderson can win them a Stanley Cup. I personally don't believe it.
I don't think so either.
No, and I think we've seen enough
seen it,
years
yeah.
now that he's not the guy.
Right.
Look, I understand when you play Florida in the playoffs, losing 5-1 is not good. And it might not necessarily be Freddie's fault.
Right.
Because, hey, you only scored 1 goal. Like,
Right.
Freddie would need a shutout if you're going to win that game.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he let in 5 goals.
Yeah.
And, man, towards the end of the series, there were stretches in the game where he was letting in multiple goals at a time. Like, a goal, a minute and a half later,
Goal.
another goal.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, another goal. You just can't
You
have
can't
that
do
in the
that.
playoffs.
No,
It's
especially
just
in the
not
playoffs.
going to work. So I guess I don't really know how I feel about it. I really don't know how
Yeah.
I feel about the trade.
I feel like they've got, like, now the core, like, 4 lines in the...
They've had a core.
Right.
They've had a core for years now.
Like, with the addition, I think, of the long term with, like, Stankoven and, like, that kind of stuff.
That was a good move.
Like, I think that stuff will help.
Definitely was a good move. I think where they went wrong, too, was getting rid of Brett Pesci.
Yeah.
I think that was a
shoulda
mistake. I think that was a big mistake.
If it was me, I would have kept him and got rid of someone else.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely a core. I mean, I don't know necessarily Brady Shea. I mean, he was good, but I feel
He
like
was good, but he wasn't
not
Pesci.
a
He wasn't
core.
Slavin, you know? He
Right.
wasn't one of those guys.
Yeah.
But at least they still have Slavin.
I'm glad they let Burns walk. Because he was done. He's washed up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
NHL season's around the corner.
It is. It's a month away, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Football's right around the corner. High school, college, pros, it's all right
Everything's
around the
back.
corner, man. You know what's in action right now, though, and you were talking about it at the end of Home Ad.
Yeah.
Charlotte FC having an okay, decent year.
That's
I
all
know,
can
right?
say.
Like, I've never seen a more inconsistent team.
Yeah.
You go in the month of June and you don't win a game.
Yeah.
And then you go to July and you don't lose a game.
Yeah.
Well, what?
It's
Can you be more hot or not?
Yeah, it's just, it's really hard to tell. Like, for example, the game last night was just horrible. Like,
they
just did not like play.
Taking a round back is what happened.
Like, they did not. They just looked like, why are we here? Like, why are we in this tournament? And you only get in that tournament like if you make the playoffs. So it's like an added incentive if you make the playoffs, basically.
Yeah.
But like, they've looked great in MLS play. I mean, we've had a lot of injuries, but last night was just like they got taken outside of Bank of America and left outside.
Yeah.
They were that bad.
And, you know, the injuries have been a problem.
Yeah.
But over the past few weeks here, they've been able to fight and claw their way back
Right.
into a playoff spot, the 7 seed right now.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with this team, and it seems like every year,
Yeah.
there's one thing that's holding the team back. 2 years ago, it was
The head coach.
It's not even, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying 2 years ago, they would have the lead late in a game
Yeah,
and they'd
and they
allow
couldn't
an
hold it.
equalizer
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
final
yeah,
minute. Or they'd be tied and they'd allow the game winner in the final minute.
Right.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year was, okay, we're winning and then we're losing in multiple games in a row. And then we're going to win a few games in a
Right,
row
and
and
then
now we're going to lose it.
Right.
This year it's injuries.
Yeah.
It's just the injuries have stacked up on them. And the other thing that I really have a problem with, and you're just not going to be successful, at home, they have 9 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
They can't win on the road.
On the road, they have 3 wins,
Yeah.
9 losses,
Yeah.
and 1 draw.
Yeah, they can't win on the
They
road.
can't win on the road. Why? Like, I don't understand. It's the same. You're playing the same exact game.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the difference?
I personally think there's a couple players on the team that need to be let go. Like, for example, Tim Ream, great guy, like person, but like
You're done. You want to?
Well, he's like 37, but
Yeah.
he's also the U.S. men's captain.
He is.
So, like, I feel like they see that as, well, he's the U.S. men's captain, so we can't bench him. But if
they could bench him,
he let in, like, last night, 2 of the goals were his fault, of him just standing there like this. Just standing there and let the ball go right around him. So I was like, and then it's just been inconsistent all year. Like, in the month of July, we had that lineup, and we rocked with it all month.
Rocked with it. They had I said they didn't lose. They lost their final game of July.
Yeah, but like
still,
yeah, they literally just like rocked with the whole lineup. But like now, like going into these tournaments, like he messes with the lineup, and like I feel like we just need to keep it.
And Leagues Cup has always been weird for Charlotte FC. Like I think it was last year they got eliminated very early in Leagues Cup.
Yeah.
2 years ago, when they were not a good team, they made it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so you continue to show that the potential is there.
Right.
But the execution it's not happening.
Yeah.
Obviously, yes, that has something to do with coaching.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through another coach?
No.
No, you're starting to get into Carolina Panther territory here.
Yeah, we trust in Dean. I feel like
I trust in Dean.
I feel like we just got to bring in some more quality playmakers.
I agree.
And surround them.
I agree.
And then I feel like we would possibly be good.
Well, right now, Charlotte FC, as they stand on today, August 1st, they are 7th in the East. They are 12, 11, and 2 on the year with 38 points. NYCFC also has 37 points. Charlotte has the tiebreaker right now. I think it's just because they played another game than them and have another win.
Yeah.
And then Chicago, 3 points back.
Yeah.
The first team out is 5 points behind Charlotte.
Okay.
So
we're above
2 points out
above
of the
line
playoffs.
again, but
We are above the line. But still, this team was top 5
first.
last year in the East, I believe.
Yeah, we were in first like a couple months ago.
Yeah. And then they lost.
We let it fall.
I think they lost 6 in a row.
Yeah.
I think that's what the number was. Well, as we get to the end of the show here, every day, every Friday, we do This Day in Sports History. Give me a year, CJ. What year do you want to know? Any year.
2001.
2001. On this day, I got 2002 for you.
That works.
Ray Lewis signed a 5-year contract extension, a $19 million signing bonus. At the time, it was the biggest in NFL history. Only $19 million signing bonus, and that was the biggest in NFL history. That was on this day in 2002. 1987, Mike Tyson outpoints Tony Tucker in 12 rounds in a heavyweight boxing match in Las Vegas, becoming the first to own all 3 major belts, the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF simultaneously. And as we always do, I look for the oldest thing. 1906 for this one. Brooklyn Super Bass MLB pitcher Harry McIntyre no-hits Pittsburgh 10 2/3 innings, but he loses in the 13th inning 1-0 on an unearned run. That was 1906. Thanks for tuning into the Scoreboard, everyone. I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Morrisville, North Charlotte.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntosh Law